This is the GIS Evening Report for Monday, June 10th, 2024. I am Chrisanne Mitchell. In the headlines, government, through the Office of Creative Affairs, continues to open avenues for creatives in Grenada. We'll have the details to this story and more when we return.
This June marks government's second year in office. Let's reflect together in a series of town hall meetings, discussing and planning for the next year and beyond. St. Patrick, we're coming your way first this Monday, June 10th at McDonald College from 7 p.m. Your voice matters, and we want to hear from you. Join us for an engaging and informative evening as we work towards a better future together. Don't miss out on this opportunity to engage with your government officials. This Monday, June 10th at McDonald College from 7 p.m. Also live on GIS, Channel 22. Together, we can work towards a brighter future. See you there.
Welcome back. Individuals in the creative industry started the week immersed in a Crafting Success Business Development workshop at the Public Workers Union building. Organized by the Office of Creative Affairs and the Grenada Development Bank, the workshop was designed to guide creatives through the complications of securing financing through the Business Development Fund, focused on financial planning and crafting business profiles, among others. Advisor to the Government of Grenada for ICT and the Creative Economy, Orlando Romaine, spoke about the workshop's significance and the broader vision for the creative sector.
The creative industry, like many other industries, has the typical challenge of financing operations. But I think it's even more unique with the creative sector because most of them are medium to micro enterprises. Additionally, the outputs that the sector produces aren't, in most instances, physical goods. They are intangible goods or services, and it's hard for financial institutions to properly evaluate and value these goods and services and provide the right type of financing. And so when we had our conference, the Unleash conference in May of last year, financing and the challenges of financing was one of the main pain points the creatives raised. And so we decided, let's design a fund to address this need in the medium to short term. And so we launched the Creative Industries Business Development Fund, Cultural and Creative Industries Business Development Fund, with the sole purpose of providing financing for the creative sectors.
Romaine said the office is anticipating more opportunities for businesses in the creative sector.
The overall impact we hope that the fund will have is, one, more business opportunities and more and greater expansion in operations in the creative sector. We want to see more businesses. We want to see the businesses grow and scale so that they can move from being a sole trader to now hiring other persons and creating employment opportunities. We want to see the goods and services produced in the sector, the quality increase and improve so that we can now export and gain foreign revenues. And we want to see overall more economic activity within the sector. So our hope is that this fund is now re-injected back into the economy and we can see more production from the creative sector. The point of this workshop today is an intervention, because we launched the fund and we realized persons who were applying for the funds but then would stop halfway because they didn't have the relevant documentation or they didn't know the process. And so we decided to host a series of workshops to handhold the creatives to ensure that the fund is not just available, but that they can maximize the opportunities the funds have.
Through the Grenada Development Bank, businesses can access soft loan, grants, and vouchers. Communications Officer at the Grenada Development Bank, Ria Murray, spoke about the fund.
We have 3 programs. We have a soft loan, which is $50,000 at 2% interest, and that's for persons who are involved in doing business for profit, whether they want to start a business, expand, purchase equipment, things like that. Then we have a grant, which is up to $25,000, and it is for activities that are community-based, not for profit, and they support the creative and cultural industry, support it in some kind of way. And then there is the voucher, which is up to $5,000. And that is for, you can think about the voucher as getting your business to the point where you can launch. And there's so many different things you can do with a voucher. So you can do your financials if you need to. You can do a business plan. You can do a simple website. You can do things like a logo, business cards, photography and videography of your services.
Participants Garvey Bartholomew, Samuel Ogilvy, and Alyssa Brzezinski spoke about the workshop and the significance of the fund through GDB.
Some of the equipment and so that we need in order to make our craft very efficient is quite costly. So with the GDB now, together with alongside the government of Grenada, has made it so much affordable. So now that our product can match any part of the world, really and truly. So that's a very good initiative.
One of the biggest things that impacts my ability to do the work that I would like to do is funding and access to funding. So this opportunity for funding that's being facilitated by the Grenada Development Bank and the Grenada Office of Creative Affairs, it's really going to open up a lot of avenues for me. Because I'm a self-published author, I'm doing everything myself in terms of the promotion, the accounting, the bookkeeping, the keeping track of my inventory. So it's difficult, especially since what I want to do is just write. I just want to tell stories. I want to write the stories. And so because that's where my background is, I haven't really been exposed to the business side of things. But again, because I'm a self-published author, I don't have the resources to access or to hire an accountant, for example. And also the marketing budget that I would love to be able to promote my books far and wide. My promotional budget is really small right now, so I'm doing what I can, but with this funding, access to financing, I can do so much more.
Creatives interested in this opportunity can contact the Grenada Development Bank at 440-2382 or WhatsApp 405-3242. In related news, one Grenadian creative is applauding the Government of Grenada's Office of Creative Affairs and the Grenada Development Bank for the initiative. Damian Jacob, founder and owner of DCJ Photography, is one of the Business Development Fund's successful participants. Jacob's journey in photography began in 2012 and focuses on portraits, landscapes, and videos for any event. He described the application process as easy and detailed how the fund is a great investment for his business.
Actually, the process was very easy. I was shocked. I mean, I've gotten loans before from different financial institutions, and it took some time. There was quite a few, hurdles to jump over. But this new fund, I would say, the process is very efficient in terms of getting through compared to other institutions. There's a lot of things they removed, so they made it way easier for creatives. Because I know in the past, creatives, we complained about getting a lot of trouble from institutions in terms of securing loans. But personally, this has been the easiest for me, and I'm thankful, and I think it's a great initiative, and it would help expand, my creative business in ways that, I think could actually help me and others, because now and then I employ different people to assist.
Jacob encourages other creatives to take advantage of the fund.
I would say go for it. It's free money. Well, not free money. I mean, you have to pay back for it, but it's basically easy. It's like, they're asking you to come and take it, and it's not much, I mean, once you qualify, of course, and you provide all the documentation they need and stuff, it's actually easy. And I would encourage my fellow creatives in the industry to actually capitalize on this.
Stay with us. We'll be back after this break.
Violence is never the answer. Let's talk it out. We need a safe space for our children to grow up, so let us respect each other. You see this little light of mine? I'm gonna let it shine. I'm gonna keep it burning, for the children is looking on. So let's take advantage of the gun amnesty in full effect until July 30th. Remember, the answer is love. A message from the Ministry of National Security. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. I'm gonna keep it burning.
The gun amnesty remains in effect until July 30th. A message from the Ministry of National Security.
Welcome back. Some of the big names in sports in Grenada were recognized at the Grenada Olympic Committee's National Sports Awards over the weekend. They include Junior Murray, Raul Lewis, Wayne McSween, Anthony Modeste, Conrad Francis, Richie Hughes, Denise Williams, Norbert Grant, Victor Ashby, Ray Roberts, and Randy Lewis. This year's award celebrated athletes who, for 50 years or more, contributed to the growth of sports in Grenada and was done as part of the island's year-long 50th independence celebrations. Athletes from various disciplines, track and field, volleyball, cricket, basketball, cycling, swimming, sailing, tennis, football were recognized for their sterling performances over the years and especially in 2023. The 2023 Junior Sportsman and Woman is Kurt Murray and Tilly Collymore. Affie Fletcher copped the Sportswoman of the Year title and Lyndon Victor took the Sportsman of the Year award. Prime Minister Honorable Deacon Mitchell commended the awardees on their contributions and reminded them of the value of sports and its significance to economic development and personal growth. He said his government remains committed to continuing its investments in sports so that athletes can represent regionally and internationally.
Sport isn't just about competition or physical prowess. It's a profound force that has the power to transform lives. From the ancient Olympics to the modern day blockbuster global tournaments like the T20 World Cup taking place for the first time in North America and the Caribbean, sport has consistently served as a catalyst for personal growth, community development, and societal change. Let's consider the individual impact. Sport instills discipline, resilience, and determination. Athletes learn the value of hard work, teamwork, and goal setting, skills that transcend the field or the court and translates into success in all aspects of life. Sport provides hope. In the face of adversity, it offers a pathway to a brighter future. Whether it's overcoming personal obstacles or rebuilding communities in the aftermath of disasters. Sport teaches resilience and fosters optimism.
President of the Grenada Olympic Committee, Bernard Wilson, said the national awards are held to encourage growth of a better country through sports.
As we honor the winners tonight and reflect on their accomplishments, let us remember that sports have placed Grenada on the world stage with the performances of world champions and global stars. Kirani James, Anderson Peters, Lyndon Victor, Aline Francis, Kurt Felix, among others. And let us think of how we can truly harness the transformational potential of sport to help change lives, communities, and societies, to build a better Grenada through sport.
12 Grenadian students have earned a place on the Dean's List at Western Illinois University for the spring 2024 semester. The undergraduate students, part of a growing cohort at the university, all earned a grade point average GPA of 3.60. Several of the students earned a perfect 4.0 GPA for the semester. The recognized students are Noah Lessie, Rochelle Bowen, Kendra John, Lean Mitchell, Carleen Alexander, Kamal Mark, Aliyah Knight, Leditra Mason, Sherdell Sinclair, Josh Alexander, Charel Bob, and Whitney Bowen. WIU scholarships are based on local college or Caribbean Advanced Proficiency Examination achievements and cover a high percentage of tuition for strong students. Top students can compete for the International Presidential Scholarship, which provides a full tuition scholarship. More than 50 students from Grenada and other Caribbean islands were placed on the Spring 2024 Dean's List. Stay with us. We'll be back after this break.
Prepare for hurricane. Prepare for hurricane. Make sure you have your radio and your batteries too. Waterproof flashlight candles will do. Tin stuff, garbage bag, first aid kit. Come on people, make sure you have it. Clean water in a container and a hurricane plan. Hear me no man.
Hurricane damage is beyond your control. Surviving the aftermath is up to you. Have a hurricane plan. It can save your life and your family too.
Prepare for hurricane. Your hair, prepare for hurricane.
Welcome back. In a demonstration of real South-South cooperation in practice, Prime Minister Honorable Deacon Mitchell invited Sierra Leone's Chief Minister and Chief Innovation Officer, Dr. David Monina Senge, to participate in the Cabinet retreat held over 2 days from June 7th to 8th. The retreat was convened as the government's 2-year anniversary approaches so that the cabinet and key government advisors can reflect on the progress made to date and discuss their agenda and plans to accelerate delivery for the Grenadians in the coming years. He dialed in from Freetown as a special guest speaker to share his experience after coming into Sierra Leone's cabinet at only 31 years of age in 2018 and delivering significant change in the country across his innovation and education portfolios. A key element in his presentation to cabinet ministers was the importance of engaging with citizens, listening to and responding to their needs, and balancing the need to invest in large-scale economic and social transformation while continuing to deliver at the community level on matters that affect the daily lives of citizens. Reflecting on the exchange, Prime Minister Mitchell expressed his gratitude and optimism about the partnership. He said, and I quote, "We are grateful to Dr. Senge for his contributions to Grenada's cabinet discussions and sharing his experiences in effectively delivering for his people. This has been a meaningful example of South-South cooperation, which is important both practically to share evidence and lessons of what works to help accelerate progress and symbolically collaboration amongst the global South and less developed economies, demonstrating we can support ourselves and each other. The connection between Grenada and West Africa is also meaningful as our population is part of the wider African diaspora," unquote. The two governments committed to continuing their exchanges and exploring follow-up meetings at the upcoming United Nations General Assembly in September. Finally, Grenada lost its second encounter in its bid to make it to the World Cup 2026 with a 3-0 loss to Costa Rica at the football grounds at the Grenadians Athletic Stadium on Sunday. Despite the support from the over 2,700 patrons, the Spice Boys were unable to get the ball behind the net on a number of occasions. Following the game, head coach of the team, former national player Charles Joseph, said despite the loss, he is pleased with the overall performance of the team, given that it's a young team that did not get much time to gel with the overseas-based players.
Toward the midfield, I thought we weren't good enough. We were winning enough second balls or tracking their runners, and then we weren't getting enough pressure in certain areas on the field that affected them a little bit. We allowed them to play too much. And you can tell overall they're a team that's been playing together. They're a lot better movement than us. There was a lot better ideas than us there. And you can tell. But overall, I thought defensively, we tried to hold up. We did well in terms of moving the ball offensively. We created some chances. We weren't able to, especially in the first half, we had good 2-3 chances in the first half that we could have made it 2-1 or 2-2. And we just weren't able to convert those chances. But it's a team that we've been put together 2 days before a game. So some of the things we saw tonight is just a team that hasn't been training or playing together for a while. So all we got to do now is go back to the drawing board and get better going forward.
Omar Beckles, who captained the team, was disappointed with the results.
It's a shame with the scoreline, but nonetheless, I felt like there was a good shift from the lads. Second half, I think we showed a bit more what we're about. It's a young side. It's going to be incredible experience for some of those players that are competing against a highly ranked side, a nation that loves football, and we're a work in progress. So I think we'll take the experience that it's going to be, it's going to do a world of good for the young lads that are coming through. We'll go back to the drawing board, we'll learn from that. And as Coach said, it's a side that we've put together that's, the chemistry isn't quite there as of yet, but we're going to get there. And I believe we've showed what we're capable of, even against the likes of Costa Rica, and how we've still imposed ourselves. Now in the second half, we kind of kept them on the back foot more than anything. So yeah, I think that was the difference. I think in the second half, if we can start games the way we've kind of finished it and stop the balls at source, I think we've got a good chance of being competitive against anyone.
Coach Joseph used the opportunity to make a plea to the presidency of the GFA to take a deeper look into the facilities and programs offered by the association if the quality of play and talent are to progress on the island.
There's one word. There's a reason Malang Gleen is the president. He's been doing well in my eyes. When I got here, we had a great conversation. So it's on him to make sure that this group of players is continuing to grow, make sure our young players within the island is put into a program where they're continually developing and getting better. I think the players overseas, once they get back to the team, they'll get better, they'll get fitter. But speaking about how can we develop our country, we need our president to make sure that we're pushing in the right way, providing facilities, funds, programs, everything possible to make sure that we're developing our football in this country. Omar alluded to it, but the pitch is dry, it's bumpy. You can't play football like that. You can't play football against a quality team like that and play on a terrible pitch like that. We need to do better. We need to make sure that all the things are there for the football to be better. So when you come out here, you can enjoy what it is.
This brings us to the end of the GIS Evening Report for Monday, June 10th, 2024. I am Chris Ann Mitchell saying thank you for joining us.